Tulsa's #1 podcast.
Showtime, baby.
It's Castro X, Eyes Open, dubbed the home of the emotionally naked. A podcast about anything and everything. If you don't like it, with all due respect, fuck you.
Fuck you, nigga. I'm about to lasso Castro the asshole, turn him into mincemeat for a ramen casserole. Beat it to a thick booty bad bitch. She'll fucking kill me if I try to feed her cabbage. Pussy fried catfish. I'ma hit them boys with Mandalorian hat tricks. I ain't never had shit till I turn to rapping. Po rapper to rapper, kappa lambda. I'm on some frad shit, packing on packers damage, stamina stacking damage, acting out like an asses. If you moving against me, it's like molasses. Should've taken some classes. Baby, what is he rapping? If you couldn't hack it, then maybe you should trash it. I'ma serve it like a delivery package. Misery's a habit in the latest fashion. She like to pull up in the fastest, swoopy with the black tip. We get it crackin', she releasing the dragon. Hold up, fire breathing. I am not a heathen. I am just a lion crushing everything he's saying. Heat-seeking missile launcher with a beacon. With all due respect, fuck you for even speaking, ho.
He's the tigers, the king of the jungle, the lions, the king of the savannah.
Sync. Yo, it's your man King Castro X coming at y'all live and direct with the With All Due Respect podcast, man. We in the motherfucking building. You know I got Redbeard behind the motherfucking camera doing his thing, killing it as always, man. I got a very special guest in the building. Can't even pretend like he ain't been here all day, man, but he in the building with me still. We still here. Kid 918, man, what's good?
Not much, man. I'm glad to be here with you. I'm glad to get this going. You're one of my first interviews, so it's cool to be on here.
Most def, I'm happy to be the first. You're one of the first, you know what I'm saying? Who was your first?
I did it with YV Media, you know who that
Okay.
is?
Yeah. Did YV Media do some of the Cash RBL? Hold on before we get into that. To give y'all a little background, man, my dude is a veteran battle rapper. Was a member, was one of the battlers out there at Cash RBL. He's been many other places, you know what I'm saying? But he was one of the ones that helped start the battle rap community out here in Tulsa, Oklahoma, man. But yeah, most of that. So respects and love to you, bro. Shout out to you, you the God, you the GOAT. Happy you here. You know what I mean? Yeah, YV Media, man. I think I've seen some of their shit pop up on some of the old Cash RBL joints.
Yeah, that's right. With Cash RBL, we went through different phases and stuff, you know. Mm-hmm. So one phase was they were the ones in charge of the cameras and everything and the footage. And at that point, they just did a random interview pop-up. It wasn't, I'm not going to lie, it wasn't the best because I was not planning it. They didn't have it planned out. They were just like, let's get everybody up here and let's do random interviews. So this is more planned out. Should go more smooth.
Man, I'm happy to have you here, bro. Like I've told you off air, you know what I'm saying? I'm a big battle rap nerd, bro. So to talk to somebody, you know what I'm saying? I think I can't say that now. You'll be my third battle rapper, you know what I mean? Maybe my fourth, I guess, because, you know what I'm saying, I had some others. I think my first battle rapper that I had on the show was Headache, you know what I mean? Then Kid Dupree, you know what I'm saying? I think I've had him on twice, and then now you, so, you know what I'm saying? You filling that spot for me, you know what I mean? I'm a big nerd for this shit, man. So, like I said, it's a privilege to talk to you, bro. What I want to know, man, first off, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to ask the basic question of how the fuck you got into battle rap, you know what I mean?
Really, I started watching like KOTD battles probably like 2012, 13-ish.
Most of.
And then I started watching other leagues and stuff too, but getting that energy from it, I always wanted the energy of the crowd. That was the whole point. That's why I got into battle rap because, you know, when you're making music, you don't really have that. I mean, if you have a concert, of course, people know your lyrics and they're going to sing along with you and stuff, but you don't get that raw energy of a one performance thing that nobody knows what you're going to say like you do in a battle. And that's what drove me to want to do it.
I feel that. It's definitely a different audience. I feel the battle rap audience is like a pack of rabid animals. You know what I'm saying? You get a lot more, you know what I'm saying, versus just performing on stage. You know what I mean? Like, you just get a lot of yells. It's cool. It's a good time. I love performing on stage. Don't get me wrong. But the battle rap audience is a whole different feeling. You know what I mean? In and of itself. Man, if you was to pick like a Mount Rushmore, top like 4. I gotta run that too, cause you know what I'm saying. Like I said, I ain't got to have many battle rappers, and I'm a nerd for this shit. Who's your Mount Rushmore of battle rap?
Probably go Low Deluxe, of course.
Yes, sir.
Disaster. Probably Hollow Dawn. That fourth one is kind of hard, but I got to go back to the KOTD roots and go like Thesaurus.
Okay, see, I can't argue. Those are all fire. They all fire. You fuck with Illmac?
Oh, of course.
Illmac,
It's hard. Like they could either one could be in that spot, but,
Right.
You know.
I could agree with that. I think my top 4 is gonna be Loaded Lux. You know what I'm saying? I like Tay Rock. Tay Rock
Yeah,
crazy.
it's cool.
You know what I mean? I'm not gonna give it. I don't know. New Jersey Twerk man got a little bit more time for me. I don't know. Loaded Lux and goddamn. Daylight got to be on that bitch too.
Oh,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Daylight's crazy. I don't know my top 4. I gotta meditate on it, man. Did you make music before you did battle rap?
Yeah, I know you had Cameron. On
Yes,
there.
sir.
We used to make music together. It was some real bad stuff. Like we didn't have no good mic. We recorded in public places. It was just
yeah.
for that grind to get like reps in. We weren't really expecting anything from it, but you know that's what we were doing. And then from there, I kind of ventured off into my own thing because he kind of went his own path. I went mine. And then you know he was rapping. I know you rapped with him at some point. Let's say, and they kind of did their own thing, and then I did mine. And then later on is when I got into battle rap, but I was making music beforehand.
Most def. Shout out Universal Visionaire. Shout out Cameron and Savon, man. The first time you mentioned recording in a public place and shit. So the first time I ever tried to even touch a studio, you know what I mean? Like they came to my crib for the studios and shit back when I was doing the dungeon, Scratch Dungeon shit. That's my old rap group and shit. But the first time we really tried to record though, we was in the downtown library. They had a studio
Where's that?
down there.
Yeah,
Downtown.
actually, well, we were.
Downtown what?
The library.
That's not what you said.
Get the fuck out of here.
Well, we actually were not in a studio, but we were at a library too.
Word.
So that's crazy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. He a cold pen though. I respect the fuck out of
Sure.
camera shit, man. That's the bro. You know what I'm saying? How'd y'all link in?
We just we went to Nimitz together,
A word.
and like I know he told the story about like our first song that we made about that girl like dissing him and dissing me, and we kind of did a diss to that. It was not that good at all, but yeah, it was cool though because it linked us together. We were kind of friends, but we weren't really that cool.
Right.
But then that made us pretty cool. We started making several songs together, writing together, all kind of stuff.
Is that shit still out? Can they find that?
Honestly, I don't know. But I haven't looked it up in so long that I don't even know.
Word.
But it should be out there somewhere on SoundCloud at least.
Is making music something you still interested in, or you just strictly battle rap?
Actually, yeah. I mean, I just made a mixtape probably like March of this
Word.
year or so. But it was kind of me getting back into it. I probably had made a song since I had battled, so it hadn't been 2 years. But I would just make one song, that'd be it. This time I put a whole project, just like a 10-song mixtape together.
Most
It was
def.
pretty cool though.
Most def. Man, what caused the so for y'all behind the scenes, man? Like I said, I just had Kid 918 versus Aaron Sawyer for 1 round on the Lyrical Elite Rap Battle League, and my man mentioned to me, you know what I'm saying, he hadn't battled in 2 years. What caused that step back from the battle leagues? Was it due to there being a lack of a league in our city? Was it because you just wanted to step back? What was the move? What happened?
Initially, I wanted to take a little break, but it wasn't going to be no 2 years. It'd probably been like 4 or 5 months or something. It wasn't going to be no big break. It's just that with the pandemic, they stopped Cash RBL completely, and I wasn't getting any communication with them or nothing. You know, I would reach out. I don't really necessarily reach out to other leagues that often, but, you know, sometimes I'll hear back or I'll reach out to somebody maybe where I've already battled before. I battled in Texas and Kansas. I've linked with OKC people before, you know, School of Thought, shout out to them too. But yeah, I just wasn't getting nothing back, so I just waited it out until the opportunity popped up. I knew one would pop up because I knew Tulsa, the battle rap scene, it actually got popping for a little bit, and I knew that it would come back.
Watching the footage and shit, man, I see the Cash RBL definitely had a following, man. Y'all had hella people at those battles.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Were you at the first one?
Not the first one, so I was in the second crop of talent that they got.
Word.
So that's how, like, you know, I was saying when in the face-off about us, when that'll be out shortly. But
Yeah, stay tuned. Aaron Sawyer, Kid 918, Face Off coming to y'all motherfuckers, man.
yeah, in that face-off, or in that we definitely we had a crowd for sure, and like I don't know, it took a while to build it because a lot of people would hate on the battle rap stuff, you know, because they like music and they, you know, the artists themselves would have their own followings to the music, and they would be telling them, you know, don't battle because it's not a good look per se, even though, you know, they had the love of the art and that's why they wanted to do it. And we had a lot of guys like Zulu or somebody like that who was actually probably, that was my first loss, was Zulu. It was good.
Shout
It was
out
a
Zulu.
good. It was a good battle for me to get because it showed me where I was at. I had 2 battles before that, and I won both of them, and I won convincingly. And then I had that battle, and I just didn't do good at all, and that was a good learning experience for me.
So was Zulu your first battle?
He was my third. What I'm
Okay.
saying is the first 2 I had, I bodied those dudes,
Okay.
and they didn't really come with nothing to like compare to me. But when I battled him, I knew he was on another level, and he was respected as one of the top people in that league. So
That's
me
crazy.
going against him, the third battle, it's because King Spencer had faith in me to be able to stand toe to toe with him.
Right.
And then it it didn't work out, but it was good.
First real.
Yeah, first real battle technically. Yeah.
Who was your first 2?
KJ Toma, I know I hit you up with him.
Yeah.
He's gotten better, by the way. But and then KJ the Realist.
Most definitely.
Two dudes named KJ, so the name flips I already had prepared for both of them.
That's
you know what I'm
crazy.
saying?
That's crazy. Talk to me a little bit about the, the conversation that you and King Spencer had. Because did King Spencer find you or did you reach out?
What they did for the training day is you would reach out. What he would do is he would have like a little charge for like what you would pay, but it was like for promo and battles and everything. He would promote you himself, so you would pay him out of pocket to join the league, and then he would just do everything for you after that. And then we went to like a building downtown. We did some promo stuff there, and that's how I met him. He was actually like a really like good leader. I know you said you kind of are following his
Yeah,
blueprint.
no, King Spencer for me, man. Yeah, he 100%. I'm glad you plugged that up, man. Yeah, he definitely kind of laid the blueprint for what I'm doing currently, man. And then even outside of the battle rap shit, King Spencer's a legend to the city. You know what I'm saying? In my eyes, I don't care what nobody else got to say about it. You know what I'm saying? King Spencer's definitely a legend. He's, to me, one of the first, dudes to actually go somewhere out here. You know what I mean? He's a huge inspiration. He's why I push my podcast, push my comedy, push my music, and now I'm pushing the battle rap league the way I do. You know what I mean? When it comes to motherfuckers to look up to out here, shout out to Big Brother King Spencer. You know what I'm saying? He definitely big bro. You know what I'm saying? So you guys met up downtown to shoot promo and shit like that.
Yeah, it was like that's how I met all the battlers. That's how I met Dupree, and me and Dupree became pretty cool for a little bit there.
Dupree cool, man.
And
Nice dude.
yeah, he's a nice dude. And then actually, I know I introduced you to Tate, or Lineage as he goes by now.
Lineage.
He he was cool like that. I met both of them. They're boys, like they're close. Like, I don't know if they still are, but they were like best friends. So that's how I met them.
Tate Lineage was actually talking to me about that yesterday in the DMs. You know what I'm saying, about him and Dupree. He said he had watched the episode with Dupree or whatever. So you know what I mean. But yeah. Continue. I ain't mean to cut you off.
Nah, you're good, man. But yeah, I met everybody there, and then I liked how King Spencer ran it. I mean, I was gonna do it anyways because I had the itch to battle, but like I liked how he ran it, and then like he was very like upfront about like what was gonna happen, like what to do, and like we never got to the point where we really did face-offs, but it was kind of like he wanted to go in that direction. I just think that he had so many bookings with music videos and stuff that it kind of like which led to Cruz and Berna ended up taking like the responsibilities for the Battle League. It was still put it on his channel, he still supported, but just from afar because he had so many bookings in other states and all that other stuff going on, which you know what he's doing now.
Right.
But yeah, that's basically what happened though. For sure.
See, that's crazy to even, because I've been so curious, man, because I missed that whole era. I did not get to see the Cash RBL era at all, you know what I mean? I saw some of the videos and shit, but I never got to go to a battle or nothing like that. The homie Jermaine and Greg, man, they popped out to some of the battles. I didn't get to check that scene out. So now, coming in like, I want to start a battle league, like I felt like I missed the whole part of the history out here, man. That's why it's such an honor to get to chop it up with you and guys like Headache and shit, because y'all are the smack era of the With All Due Respect Rap Battle League, basically, bro. Y'all are the first. Y'all are the Cash RBL. You know what I'm saying? So it's a big deal. You know what I mean? So it's cool to see the behind the scenes, I guess is what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Talk to me about the conversation, man, in regards to the way, you know what I mean? I guess you and King set up your first battle for the training day shit.
Yeah, so like I told you, the 2 dudes I battled first, I kind of bodied them because they didn't do as good.
Were they training day cats too?
Yeah, but they had already battled before, but like they didn't do good in the first one, so we gave him a second shot. And that was the thing about Spencer. He gave him another shot too, and then that shot is when they really kind of did better and they kind of earned their spot where they're at. But yeah, he was just talking to me. He kind of told me who I was battling, and I wasn't super familiar. I could go back and watch Toma's other battle that he had, and he didn't do that good in that battle. But yeah, Spencer was just telling me basically, we want to build from here. He's going to build me up, and that's what he did. I mean, like I said, the third battle, he put me against one of the most respected people in the league, and I didn't have, that much experience at that point. And I had, you know, a lot of people would support me in the sense that they would say I won the battle, but they would say he got so much room for improvement. They put me against him, and it was like they gave me no shot anyways.
Right.
But I still did what I did. But the reason I say I lost so bad was because, like I told you in the face-off, when I battled that dude Genghis Ganj, I changed up my style because people were telling me, "Oh, you can't rap like that against Zulu." But I've learned since then that you can't do that. You can't change it up. I mean, you can add stuff, but you can't change who you are, because if you do that, then you're just setting yourself up for failure. But yeah, he basically kind of told me that too, like, make sure you do what you do and stick with that.
I think that's wisdom, man. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that applies not only to just battle rap, but making music or any art form. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to be authentic to you. That's the only way to achieve. You know what I'm saying? So I fucks with that. I fucks with that heavy. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to talk to you about. My bad. Hold on, I blanked out. Talk to me a little bit about So I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man. I blanked. You know what I'm saying? So we had to cut. I'm gonna just be 10,000 bills with y'all. Tell me a little bit about, you know what I mean, when studying for your opponents. How do you go about doing that, man? When working on your bars, when you got 3 rounds, you got 1 round, whatever the fuck it is. How do you go about getting into your zone and really locking in?
What I do is, you know, I watch a little bit of footage from them for sure, like everybody, but the difference that I take is I see their style of rap as opposed to what they're saying necessarily. So like if I battle somebody who's going to be aggressive, I try to use that against them. That's my whole process, is like, if I know you have a lot of energy or something, I'm going to try to do what I can to use it against you. Or like the type of material that you use. If you use like a lot of name flips, or you use a lot of that, like I told you off air, you know, I use a lot of like reverse name flips where I flip my own name so they can't use it against me. Like some Eminem 8 Mile type stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like flipping it on them before they can even use it against me. And it's worked. It's that because people will still have their name flips because it's pre-written and memorized, and I've already taken the steam off of it by doing it myself. But that's a big part of it. And then, like I said, just the style. It's all about style. If I know that they're going to come aggressive, and nobody's pocket check me, but if I know they're that type of battler, I'll try to catch it before it happens and just call them out on it. And like, I know you're going to try to do this. I know you're going to try to do that. I know you're going to say this and say that. And that's what I do.
I think that's crazy, man. That's crazy to get an inside look. Okay, so then, you know what I'm saying, you just did, your 1 rounder versus Aaron Sawyer. You know what I'm saying? How'd you go about, because you ain't never seen no footage from him, how'd you go about studying and prepping for that?
That's a big part of like me taking the newer people. It makes it harder for me because I have nothing to base it off of. I can't just use my typical style. That's me pushing my pen further because I can't just do that. I can't go back and watch footage for how they're gonna battle because I know he makes music, and I've seen some of his videos rapping. I knew he could rap, but I didn't know how he would transition that into the battle.
Most definitely.
So yeah, I just did what I did, and I've tried to predetermine kind of what they're gonna say and how they're gonna be. But if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But I still have the material that I think can win me the battle either way.
Most def, I like that. Your style, man, you a puncher, man. We talked about that quite a bit already off air and on air on other videos. You know what I'm saying? What makes you choose the punching style, man? How you go about that?
I just feel like, especially in the building, it hits the best when you punch. I've never really been one that's been into schemes, really. I'm trying to add that a little bit, but I kind of don't like the long, drawn-out stuff. I just like to get right to it. I want everybody to understand what I'm saying. I mean, I have references that I know people in the crowd aren't going to understand, and that's more of an on-cam thing. But for the most part, I try to at least have jabs in there leading up to the punches that people will all understand. And, like, even taking an object, like looking at something, you know, like a table, and just turning that table into a punchline. That makes sense. Like just making a bar off of something as simple as that is how people will grasp and understand what punches you're trying to say.
Do you come up with your punches before you come up with the bars leading up to it? Or?
It just depends. Usually the heaviest punch I do, but sometimes I'll write like the heavier punch that I thought was going to be the heavier punch, and it ends up being weaker than like what I end up finishing with. But I try to start off strong, and in the middle is a little bit like, you know, not as good, I guess, but it's still good. You know what I'm saying? Not as hard.
Just lighter.
Top and bottom is where I try to hit the hardest.
Okay, that's great. So you start off heavy, get a little light, and then end heavy.
Yeah,
always. Is that the same with your rounds as well? Maybe you write your first round, you got to come with that heat. Round 2, I'm going to take it a little light on you. Round 3, I got to kill you.
Definitely. So, like, if I have a round that I feel is the lightest, I'm going to put it the second round. But sometimes I don't have any light rounds, and then it's actually a struggle for me to pick like which one I'm gonna put second and third. And then at that point, I just make it strategic. Like, what do I think's gonna hit the best here, or something like that.
I think that's incredible, man. I want to jump back into some cash RBS shit with you, man, just because, like I said, I ain't really got to, me sit with many people to peep that history, bro. Talk to me a little bit about the beginning days of that for y'all. You know what I'm saying? What was that whole vibe like? You know what I'm saying? How'd y'all go about building it up, boosting it up? You know what I'm saying?
King Spence, he had a little like warehouse type building. I'm not 100% sure like what the building was called, but we used to go there and we would battle. And that was when I first started, and we had all the training days there, and we had most of the events. We moved to a barbershop later on.
But I've seen like, that's the one with the chandelier.
Yeah. And that right there was a good idea by him. He kind of basically, it was like we did battles at that same place every time, and that's how he grew his fan base, was doing that. And the vibe was like, at first especially, it was very gritty. We had a lot of guys who were new, who weren't super familiar with battles. I could tell because of how their performance and like how they catered their bars. They weren't super familiar with battles. And it just kept growing and kept growing because they got more and more familiar.
Sucked.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, some of them did
Shout out
suck.
Aaron, sorry for being loud as fuck when we were recording.
But yeah, they did eventually get better. And like when I battled Toma, like I told you, and the KJ the Realist,
Yeah.
they I feel like they were kind of in that a little bit. Like I think they did watch battles, but they weren't really like familiar with it.
Right.
Like, they didn't really study the culture per se. You know what I'm saying? You can tell when somebody does or doesn't because of how their bars are catered. And we grew and grew to where everybody that came knew battles and was structured, and like you didn't ever really see a bad battle unless somebody choked or something.
Was King Spencer on y'all's ass about studying the shit? Or?
Not really. I mean, because even King Spencer himself, he knew, and that's why he wanted to capitalize off of battle rap. He knew, like, he liked battle rap, of course. You know, he would react and stuff, but like, he knew that it was a capitalization thing for him to get, you know, some views and things like that on YouTube because he already supported rap and music videos and stuff like that. With the battle rap, it was another avenue for him to have. He wasn't necessarily pushing us as far as studying up. He kind of did it himself, as far as I know, because it seemed like he progressed more too, to know like more knowledgeable about battle rap and stuff as well. And he had his favorites and things like that. But yeah, he was more so pushing us to push ourselves to be better the next event. Like push your performance as opposed to like studying up, if you get what I'm saying.
I think that's really important, man. I think that's one of my big things, especially taking, you know what I'm saying, newer cats, as you've seen with this first card, man. We got 2 matches, and they all knew the last card I had you booked on with Lyrical Elite, you know what I'm saying, pairing you up against a new cat, you know what I'm saying? It's my biggest concern, and that's the thing I stress the most. Since Aaron saw you want to talk, I feel like he could vouch, man. I'm constantly talking about, goddamn, yo, study some battles. Told Big Woo the same thing, and everybody else, you know what I'm saying? Like, study the battles. I feel that's very important to perfecting your pen in the battle rap culture. Do you have any thoughts on that?
I think it definitely is important. You know, I know I'm a wrestling fan too, and
Shout
like
out.
you can tell when somebody who's grew up like watching wrestling, and like when they become a wrestler or something like that, as opposed to somebody who's just doing it because they're gonna get a check and they're in shape or something. You know what I'm saying? And like it's the same with battle rap. You can tell when somebody, like when they watch it or when they just are there just to try it out, as opposed to if they've actually got the respect for it, because it's more of a respect thing, you know.
Right.
When you watch it and you support it, you gain a certain level of respect for how battles are, and you understand,
You
like,
appreciate the art.
yeah, of course, and you understand the element, like you know what you're doing, what you're there for, how the crowd's gonna be. Can't always control that, but you know, like to a certain extent, you know everything that's gonna happen, and you respect that.
Right.
You love that part of the culture, and that shows in your performance because of that.
I definitely agree, man. Watching some of the old Cash RBL guys, you know what I'm saying? You could tell who watches battle rap and knows what the fuck it is versus some dudes, man, just based off of their cadence, the way they try to deliver shit. You know what I'm saying? You could very much tell that it's not, you know what I mean? They don't fuck with the shit. You know what I mean? It's not their main thing. I'm not going to drop any names or anything like that, you know what I mean? But, you know what I mean? Shout out to them. Coming soon, you know what I'm saying? I'll probably have some of them cats in my league. But, yeah, I mean, who was your favorite match you've ever had? You know what I'm saying? It ain't even just got to be Cash RBL shit.
I don't know if you're familiar with this dude named Syntax.
I ain't heard the Syntax
He's battling an battle now.
Word.
But he's one of my better battles. I think he probably edged me. It was close, in my opinion. I might say he beat me bad, but it was a good battle to me. And then I battled this dude named Klutz.
I've heard of Klutz. I'm actually working on getting him down here. So
yeah, he's gonna be in the Crucible for the URL.
oh word,
I'm pretty
yeah,
sure.
that's crazy.
He at least tried. I don't know if he made it or not, but I think he did.
Ice Cold was trying to get into the Crucible as well.
Yeah,
I
it's
know
crazy.
he's been on URL.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. It's crazy. They're already making him try it again. But yeah,
Right.
Klutz was a good battle for me too. Like our styles contrasted completely. He's more heavy on performance. He's a really good writer too, though. But like, I feel like I had some crazy material and punches in that battle, but my performance was lacking. And I feel like his writing ability is better than what he showed in that battle, but his performance was crazy. So like,
The battle I've seen Klutz in, man, he comes real low deluxe-esque. You know what I'm saying? He lyrical with the
Yeah,
shit.
for sure.
Would you agree?
oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. He's a crazy kid. I didn't know you had one against him.
Yeah.
It's on the tube. It's
Yeah,
on YouTube.
it was Cash RBL too. It was
Okay.
like we did a link with the with his battle league.
Okay.
Like they kind of did battles, and we had Jackboy Man. You know who that is?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was hosting.
At Cash RBL?
Yeah.
Shout out Jack Boy, man. I didn't know he had been here. That's
Yeah.
crazy, too. You know what I'm saying? That's dope. See, that's what I'm saying. I feel like Cash RBL went through many different phases. All right, so we talked about the beginning. You know what I mean? Talk to me about, like, phase 2, phase 3, just the development till it had stopped.
As far as phase 2, that was when we kind of got a lot of people that ended up staying. I think phase 1 was when people kind of were like, let's try it out, and I'm not sure I'm going to stay or not.
And do you feel like that was warehouse days? You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? And then y'all moved to the barbershop. Y'all bear in mind we got shit going on in the background and shit, people knocking and shit. You know what I mean? Sorry about that.
How you good?
Yeah, man, do you feel like that's when y'all transitioned to the barbershop?
Yeah, for sure. Like, we got a lot of like good like crop of talent in at that specific point that I feel like they wanted to be there, as opposed to like, oh, I'm just try it out and see if I like it. And we got a lot of good talent. I think honestly the third phase was probably the best phase as far as the level of talent that they had. I know we're gonna have Dre Gaines, you know, and Dre Gaines, he was in that crop. I actually battled him too, and unfortunately the footage, something happened with the footage and it never came out. And it was a really solid battle.
Who took that W in your eyes, honestly?
I definitely feel like I won, but he did really good, and his performance was very, very solid that battle.
Word.
And I think that I wanted to see him again after that, so that's a W for him to me. You know what I'm saying?
Already. Is that one you think you would run back?
Yeah.
With all due respect, would you be
Yeah,
open
for
to
sure,
doing that
for
shit
sure.
again?
Yeah.
Is there anybody you aiming at? You know what I'm saying? Coming back, being in the game now, you know what I'm saying? You know how to place to battle again. You know what I'm saying? Is there anybody that, you know what I'm saying, is just kind of on your list that you want that W over?
I would like to battle some of the.
Look at this real quick. You see him looking? You know what I mean? Aaron saw you in the building. If y'all ain't gathered that shit yet, he mugging over here. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I would like to battle, you know, some of the older crop of talent I never got to battle in Cash RBL, like a Headache or somebody of that caliber. I never got to test myself against them. You know,
Most
it just
of.
never happened. I feel like it would have happened if Cash RBL kept going, but it just never did. So, you know, I would like to battle somebody like that, or, you know, just making it to somewhere like I battle. That's probably my favorite battle league to watch right now.
I definitely feel like that's my goal with this league. You know what I'm saying? Like, obviously, I want to have, with all due respect, Rap Battle League be like the hub type shit. Like, this is the home. But, like, the more I feel I lift you guys and you guys are lifted, the more, you know what I'm saying, odds come to my league anyway. You know what I'm saying? So if we can get you guys on our battle, you know what I'm saying, shit like that, like, that's definitely the move and the mission, man. You know what I'm saying? What are some things, just to talk behind the scenes real quick, what are some ways rap battle, or what are some techniques, I guess, you should have as a rap battler when in regards to promoting yourself? How do you go about promoting yourself? Because is it different than being an in-studio rapper?
Definitely. You got to really use, I mean, you use social media either way, but you have to, I mean, it's all about finding the clip. Like, it could not be your best bar in the battle. It's just a clip that you know is going to garner attention. Like, so, like, I could have, like, the craziest bar, and that bar is not going to be the one that goes viral. I mean, that's what you want, obviously, is to go viral, but you got to pick the right bar to promote. It might not even be one that you liked as much, but it's going to get attention, and people are going to like it. You just have to be able to decipher, like, which is the best. Like, as far as, you know, going viral or something like that. And you just got to keep promoting, add all those battle groups on Facebook, you know, share it on TikTok now because TikTok is hot and all that, but you just got to keep doing it.
Most def. Is it, that's what I was about to ask you, is just where you feel TikTok would be a good play, because you talking about clips and shit.
I do think it would be. I know, as far as I know, a lot of battle rap leagues aren't really doing much with it. I know URL's starting to post clips on there, but like, there's not a whole lot of people really taking advantage of that avenue, and I think it would be a good way to kind of promote stuff. I mean, like, you can just post a random video on there with the right hashtags and get it, you know, like how Instagram used to be. And I feel like that'll be a good way for maybe us to grow as well.
I agree as well.
We can get our own hashtag going or something and, you know, get that popping.
I definitely, man, I'm open to all kinds of ideas, man. We talked off air just so y'all know, but you know what I mean? Anything you got in regards to building up this league, man, like, I'm all ears, bro. Like I said, I respect the fuck out of what you've done. You know what I'm saying? You definitely more experienced. You had the knowledge. I'm a businessman, you know what I mean? But, you know what I mean? You know what the art is. What's some things, in regards to the promoter side of things, man, the host, the league owners, man, that you would like to see more of incorporated into the culture?
Just like different types, not just one-on-one battles, not just two-on-two. Like, there's a battle, I think it's called Bots, I believe. You know who Dirtbag Dan is?
I don't know Dirtbag Dan.
Okay, he's kind of from the old like crop of battlers. He's California based and all that. And he had his own league. And they were doing different stuff. Like, they did triple threats. They did a Royal Rumble. Like, they did some stuff like that. Like, where there'd be like eight rappers up there, and like they would just go back and forth. They would each have 30 seconds to a minute, and then they would do 3 rounds of that. And then the crowd would pick the winner. The winner gets like the prize. Like, they all put money in a pot, and the winner gets that money. And then, you know, the bragging rights win.
See, I think shit like that's crazy, yo. I watched a battle with Headache, or not Headache. Shout out Headache, man. You the god. Schemes, you the man. Big love. But Big K, I don't know why the fuck I even associated the two of them gentlemen. Big K, Thesaurus, and like 3 other dudes, man. And you know, one dude would go, then the next dude over here would go, you know what I'm saying? And they just bounced it back and forth, and it was nuts. You know what I'm saying?
That might be what it was.
Yeah. So you'd be interested in doing some shit like
yeah,
that.
for sure.
I'm definitely looking forward to the 2-on-2s, obviously, man. I feel like that adds a crazy dynamic to the battle scene, especially when, you know, you and your partner get a chemistry that's just unmatched. Like, I don't know if you've ever seen Tay Rock and Chess versus Low Deluxe and Hollow the Don.
I've seen clips. I ain't watched the whole thing.
That shit was nuts. It's probably one of my favorite 2-on-2 battles of all time. If not, that is my favorite 2-on-2, man. We're going to have to run that shit, you know what I'm saying, sometime, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. But, you know what I mean? I'm a big fan of the 2-on-2s, but ideas like that, like, that's crazy. I definitely love to do that, and I think the audience wouldn't expect shit like that. You know what I mean? They're used to the 1-on-1. Or the 2-on-2, they don't even know what's coming. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's definitely a solid ass idea, man. You know what I mean? In regards to, okay, so outside of you, man, back to the Cash RBL days, man. What's been your favorite battle that you just got to witness in those days?
It's kind of hard. Night the Poet. I know you know who that is, right?
I was watching him versus Headache last night.
He battled this dude named Bruce Conforti.
Okay.
Bruce Conforti was nice. Like, he was real cool. And he's in iBattle now too with Benji and them.
Okay.
And yeah, he's really nice. And they battled each other. And I already knew it was gonna be one of the best battles I had seen. And it turned out it was real nice. Like, they both came and it was good. And like, battles like that, we didn't get that often down here because a lot of time people either wouldn't show up or something would happen. Somebody would choke or something. But that one was good though.
I can dig that. Shout outs to them, man. What's some of your most highlighted battles that you've been in through your time? Because I remember you was telling me off air earlier today that you had battled the host to A-Wards League or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Talk to me about that kind of shit.
So it's called the Connects. That was his league. And
Okay.
yeah, I battled on there, and it was actually it was a pretty cool thing. You know, the crowd was kind of hating a little bit because I'm the out of town dude. You know, everybody didn't want to support me or nothing. But I did have some people back there that were, you know, giving me a little bit. But yeah, it was a good battle. I think that I definitely won that battle.
Yeah.
It's not gonna look like it on cam, but if you listen to the bars, definitely. But it's like from the moment that I started rapping, the crowd was just against me.
Right.
But like, it was cool. It was a good experience. You know, I'm used to that now as far as like having a crowd that's not gonna be supportive of what I'm gonna say either way.
Right. Most definitely, man. So that's one thing, man. Let's get into that, man. We talked a little bit about that shit on the face off, but I'm gonna go ahead and fuck with you right now. You know what I'm saying? Bar for bar, you know you nasty. You know what I'm saying? You know you elite. You know what I'm saying? One of the things that I feel have to be polished up, man, is definitely performance, man. You know what I'm saying? How often do you feel the crowds are in battles against you? You know what I'm saying? When you got somebody with you, how often do you feel the crowds are fooled by the performance and miss the bars?
It's Probably 60-40 if I had to go, as far as like in favor of performance,
Yeah.
40% not. Because I'll always get some, credit as far as just having the bars. Like there'll always be those people in the crowd be like, okay, he won just based off of that. And then the 60% will be that's the crowd that's against me because I don't have that performance. And they're always going to say that I lost regardless. Unless the person I battle just chokes or just is terrible or something, they're always just going to give them the battle regardless of what they said. And I think that that's, not that performance isn't important, but I think that that's something that kind of needs to be addressed in battle rap a little bit. As far as like, I feel like performance is given too much credence to certain people when they don't actually have bars at all. Now, there are people who have both. And I think Aaron's coming up, and I think he'll be able to kind of change that stigma a little
They're
bit.
like, I like him because his shirt's blue.
Shut
Like, fuck
your
you,
ass up.
dude.
Shut up. Anyway, go ahead.
Hey,
This motherfucker right
Yeah,
here.
he got a blue shirt on, and so he
but
won.
yeah, they
Don't Aaron saw you sound like the drunken master every time you talk. You just sound faded as fuck every fucking time.
I'm not gonna be the drunk one.
Who you kidding, kid? Shh.
Yeah.
Give me a minute,
We
let
don't
me.
know.
But yeah, I feel like he's a good example of somebody who can kind of put both together. But I think that it's too heavily weighed on as far as like who's good and who's not, just on performance.
Right.
If you don't have a performance at all, then they're just not going to give you any credit for what you said, as opposed to the other way around. If you come and you're like aggressive and you're moving around and stuff, it's like they just ignore what you said, just based it off of how you're moving around.
I can
Now, I guess if
definitely
it's
agree.
two people with performance, then it's a different story, because then they are going to base it off the bars.
Right.
But it's just when it's not somebody who's heavy on performance.
I definitely feel like, man, you gotta have the total package. You gotta have the lyricism. You gotta have the bars. You gotta have the performance to match. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the striving goal. I feel ultimately as a battle rapper, somebody that ain't never stepped in the ring, though. You know what I'm saying? I definitely feel like it makes more sense. But I'm like, why are we here? You know what I'm saying? I'm the type of dude that comes for the bars. You know what I'm saying? But I can't sit here and lie and say that I ain't been fooled by performance either. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like the real reason we doing this is like, what the fuck this dude got to say? How does he pin it? You know what I mean? I feel that's the most important thing. But I feel having elements from all of these different styles, you know what I'm saying? The performance, as I said, the aggression, all of that. Like you gotta have all of that. You know what I mean? It's a key factor. You know what I mean? What you think?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, like you said, the knock on me has been my performance. It's always been my performance, and initially it was that I was too quiet. I wasn't loud enough. I didn't move the crowd with like what I said, because sometimes they just couldn't hear me.
Right.
And a lot of the battles we don't really run with mics, so it's just your progression and that's it. And somebody like I had really struggled with that. Having the social anxiety and stuff like that. It was hard for me to like adapt to that. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like I've gotten better and better. And me versus Aaron, I feel like I had that projection that I
Bit
haven't
more
had.
umph on
I
your
just
shit.
didn't have the performance to match it. So it's like I got better with the being louder. Now I just have to be able to put that into the performance aspect.
I think that that's beautiful to even offer that battle against, not taking anything from Aaron Sawyer, but against, you know what I'm saying, a beginner of sorts to the battle rap league. Like I said, not taking anything from bro. Bro is an elite when it comes to the studio shit.
Oh, no?
That motherfucker works all the goddamn time.
I'm writing as we speak, bro. I'm soaking this.
Read your book, man. Yo, this motherfucker. You know what I mean? This is gonna be the only podcast where we got somebody talking in the background, loud as fuck, multiple times. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I mean?
It's my job, bitch.
Next battle, you know what I'm saying? Captain Redbeard versus Aaron Sawyer. You know what I'm saying? 3 rounds. What the fuck was I on, man? Do you remember what the fuck I was talking about? Goddamn Aaron Sawyer, man.
Oh, you were just saying about me accepting Aaron, basically.
Yeah, I feel like, you know what I'm saying, I think that that's really dope that even offers somebody that hadn't done it, you know what I mean? Shout out to his performance, he did wonderful. But, like, you still learned a lesson. You know what I'm saying? You still learned from that battle. I think that that's dope. Whenever you go into these battles, man, do you always learn something, or is it, do you view it as, this is a body, or what's your mentality?
I feel like half the time I do learn and half the time I don't, but it's all about the opponent who brings it out of me. If they don't bring it out of me, then I'm not going to learn anything from it. If I just catch a body on it, then I'm not going to learn anything. You always learn more from a loss than you do from a win, and that's how it's been for me the whole time.
Would you rather it be an easy body, or would you rather have to work for that joint? in your battles.
Definitely rather have to work for it.
I agree. I feel like that's what makes the classics. When you got somebody, I just feel like it feels different. You know what I mean? Going up against somebody that's bringing, you come with a fire ass round and boom, right back to you. It's like that. That back and forth is what makes the classics, man.
Yeah, for
You
sure.
know what I'm saying? But man, well, I appreciate you rocking with me today on the podcast and shit, bro. It's been dope to vibe and chop it up and shit. You know what I'm saying? I look forward to doing business for, you know what I mean, many more times. You know what I'm saying? To keep this shit going. Like I said, I wanna push this shit. So you feel me? It's an honor to have you be a part of With All Due Respect Rap Battle League. You know what I'm saying? I got you headlining December 19th, man, and we just gonna keep that shit in motion. You feel me? You know what I mean?
Appreciate you having me, man.
Of course, Brody.
Where can
Of
they
course.
find you at, kid? Where they see your videos and stuff?
Kid from the 918 on Instagram. You can go look me up on SoundCloud, Dayton Kid 918. And just Facebook is just my name, Dayton McClure. But yeah, and TikTok, not Kid 918. Just gonna forget some, but I think I got all of them in there.
Anything on YouTube?
Not really. No, except actually, you can go watch me versus Aaron, of course, and then all my other battles will be on King Spencer's page through Cash RBL, or I have one on the Connects. I have one on Live from the Block. But yeah, you just look me up on YouTube, you'll find some.
Most def, y'all. This has been the With All Due Respect podcast. Yo, go ahead, December 19th. Check us out. With All Due Respect Rap Battle League. Kid 918 versus Aaron Sawyer. 3 rounds. Headline. It finna be absolutely nuts. Finna be nasty. I'm big excited to face off for those two gentlemen. You know what I'm saying? It's coming soon. Shout out Aaron Sawyer in the background for being loud and disruptive. He beautiful. He a gorgeous man. JDB the realest in the building. Shout out Captain Redbeard. You know what I mean? Everybody in the house. You know what I'm saying? Big things coming soon, man. So y'all motherfuckers stay tuned, man. It's gonna be much more building coming. You know what I mean? You know it's gonna be healthy. Yeah, like I said, With All Due Respect, you know what I mean, podcast where we express our truest thoughts, feelings, and emotions. And for those of you that don't like it, with all due respect, you know what I mean?
Fuck you!
We out. They was a little hesitant, but we out. Book!
I'm about to lasso
nice.
Castro the asshole, turn him into mincemeat for a ramen casserole. Beat it to a thick booty bad bitch. She'll fucking kill me if I try to feed her cabbage. Pussy fried catfish.